Hey, what up, y'all? This is your boy Ken. You're watching The View from the Game. Thank you for tuning in. If you're on Instagram, you watch me live. I am the actual man behind the Instagram. Yes, I do answer my DMs. When you DMing me. Hey, but check this out, man. While I got your attention, make sure you go get my book, The 48 Laws of Game. That's right, The 48 Laws of Game. You can get it at audible.com. All you gotta do is type my name, Pimpin Ken, when you get to audible.com. And this book, as well as my other book, The Art of Human Chess. This is the book everybody's talking about. This is the book that your daddy should have taught you about. Everything that your daddy didn't teach you the game, it's in this book right here. And The Art of Human Chess, a study guide to win, teach you how to maneuver, teach you how to finesse, teach you how to play chess, teach you how to outsmart your enemy. You got to get my books, classics. Hey, man, also, man, make sure you subscribe, like, and make sure you let everybody know through notification where to come and get this joint at by sharing. And also, I am also the proprietor and the owner of HHF Mag, HHF Clothing, HHF Awards, and HHF Radio. Hey, man, stay tuned, man, and go to thehiphopfraternity.com and check us out. And every Monday, we're at the Ice Bar. That's right, 5456 Fayetteville Road, Atlanta, Georgia. Every artist get in free. Every A&R get in free. Every executive get in free. Everybody is free. Artists get to perform for free, and you get to park for free. The only free game in town. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I am Ken Ivy, a.k.a. Pimpin Ken, the host of A View from the Game, and you're back. Hey, I got a beautiful guest today. I mean, she's into everything, real estate, business, everything. I met her on a show that we do every weekend, my main man, Ugly Money, Trigger Alert. So I'm going to let her introduce herself to you.
Hey everyone, my name is Sandrella Cash Sims. I'm a real estate professional. Not only am I an agent, but I'm an international investor from Dubai to Dominican Republic. So if you're interested in working with me, doing business with me, or want to invest some money and some capital, you can follow me at Sandrella_Realtor.
Okay, how you doing?
How are you?
It's my pleasure to have you here today.
Doing good.
So you said Dubai, you said international. That's pretty big.
Yes. Yeah. I just started.
So I got this saying. I said a lot of women are little girls trapped in women's body. So tell us about the little girl in you? I mean, how was you like as a young girl? What was your upbringing? I know you had some trauma in your life. So can you briefly give the audience? You can look at the camera, look at me, tell them where you came from and what was your upbringing? I know you're from Atlanta, right?
Yeah, I'm from Atlanta, born and raised in Atlanta. The little girl in me is still like, I still have a lot of that personality trait. Outspoken, fun, funny, spontaneous, spicy, just, I speak my mind, ambitious. I've always had such tenacity. Like when I wanted something, I got it. I always found a way to get it, and I'm still very much like that. Ambitious, hardworking. And my upbringing was pretty much, I was born in Atlanta, and a lot of my childhood, I had a lot of traumatic experiences in my childhood. My mother passed away when I was 3 years old. My sister passed away when I was 7. My father was sick most of my life. So I was raised by my grandparents in a household with 12 other grandchildren. And I had a fun childhood, but I had a lot of pain. I went through a lot of trauma, a lot of pain. And, I have 3 older brothers. I have 3 brothers. So I was a tomboy. So all I wanted to do, whatever they was doing, whether we was jumping fences, riding bikes in the creek, or whatever it was, getting chased by a dog, I was down for it. So, and yeah.
So growing up with your grandparents with 12 other grandchildren, all those kids there, and your mother being gone, I'm pretty sure you had abandonment issues, right? When I say abandonment issues, like being abandoned as a child when you don't have the comfort of your mother, or the love of your mother, or that nurturing that it takes to put that child in the right equal state or the right mindset.
Absolutely. And a lot of that was what kind of pushed me to, having sex at an early age. I was 15 when I lost my virginity, and it was by a 25-year-old man. So but the thing about that was when you come from where I come from, it's more so a woman either getting out of that environment either with another man, basically becoming like a professional baby mama or a wife or something like that, or is, you know, dancing or, you know, so those are pretty
The
much the
options.
options when you come from, you know, a certain
Poverty.
type of environment, you know. And yeah.
So, like, how did your grandmama handle 12 kids? Like, I mean, did she just like y'all? How did y'all eat? You know, I mean, it's a lot of kids.
Listen,
Did she have some help?
she
And when you say 12 grandchildren, you talking about your cousins or just
cousins,
her kid?
brothers, everything. But let me tell you, my grandmother, my grandfather were well off people.
Mm-hmm.
They worked hard. Um, she was an amazing woman. I'm talking about like the strength at the strength that my grandmother had and the love that she had. I don't think they make them like that no more. Right. These new grandmas, and it's different. You know, these kids are even different.
So you growed up in a 2-parent household, but it was just your grandparents.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure there were some values that was instilled in you as far as like how to deal with a man, and like you said, they don't make them like that no more. So obviously, you learned some things from your grandmother. Can you tell us what did you learn about the value of a man or the lack of a value of a man from your parents, your grandparents?
Well, what I seen the value was they were a team. And no matter when things were good, when things were bad, things always worked out because they were a team.
Okay.
It wasn't getting up, moving all the time. It wasn't, you know, it was stability because it was two people, you know, and it was always two people. So even though it was 12 other grandkids, you know, I don't know how she did it. She got us all to the dentist. We all had was going to counseling, seeing therapists, stuff like that. Cause I seen my sister body when she was dead, you know. So imagine seeing a dead body at like 6, 7 years old.
That's very traumatic.
So it was a lot of things that went on, that we all went through as a family, that, you know, she made sure that we got most of the help that we needed. And she was very like, we went to church every Sunday. Like, hats off to that lady. I don't know how she did it. And everybody used to be like, Sandrella's so spoiled. She's so spoiled. No, Sandrella was persistent. When my grandmother said no, I asked my granddaddy. When he said no, I asked my uncle. My uncle said no, I asked my auntie. I called my other uncle. Somebody in the family was going to do it because we had that tightness. You know, it wasn't a whole lot that we came from, but we had that family.
So what type of student was you? Like, what kind of grades you got? Because, I mean, your mother, your sister at a very young age, 3 years apart. I mean, I know your mind, because like I talked about, you know, when I was molested, you know, by my babysitter, how she molested me, it affected my activities in school, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, I know yours is a different situation, but I'm pretty sure, man, you know, not having a mother and seeing other kids come to school with their mothers, did that affect you mentally? Because, you know, there's a lot of people that's suffering from mental health out there, and there's a lot of people that went through some of the things that you went through. Maybe you can help them get over that bridge.
Well, for me, I think that was another reason why that was another reason why I had children young, because it was replacing someone or something. It was feeling like a void, you know, for me. So I always just pour my love and my energy into my children. So that was, I'm not sure if that's the best most healthiest way of dealing with trauma or pain, is pouring into someone else, but that was a way that kind of just helped me. I'm not saying go out there and have kids, though, but that and therapists, and I mean God, most importantly, because, and that's everything that I ever been through has always been the fight in me. So I wouldn't change anything that I've ever been through, because it made me who I am. It made me a stronger person. It made me a better person. It made me want more. I'm not sure if I would be as successful or as driven or as ambitious or a good person, the person that has the kind of characters and morals that I have now, if I didn't go through what I went through.
So did you lose your virginity to a man 25, or you just had a baby by a man 25?
Oh no, that I lost my virginity.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so here you is, you're 15 years old, you walking around, man, as fast as you want to be, and you got this older guy, 25 years old. It must have been something about you that make him say, "Oh, I want to have a baby by her." What did he?
Well, no, I didn't have a baby by him. I lost my virginity.
So you had a baby by a man 25?
No, I lost my virginity.
So when did you have the baby?
I had my baby when I was 16.
By a man 25?
Right? No.
By how old?
Oh, he was my age.
At 15, you had a relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's your first time having a relationship with a man, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so at that age, you thought maybe, if I keep having sex, I can have a child. And this would fill the void of the absence of my sister, my mother. Is that what you were trying to say?
Well, no, I wasn't really thinking that at that moment. But I'm saying now, where I am now, I feel like that was part of it. Okay. At that moment, that was not what was in my mind.
So was you still living with your grandmama when this happened?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when you got pregnant, was you still living with your grandmother?
Yes.
Did she help you take care of the child?
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, man.
But I finished school, and I was working 2 jobs as well.
Oh yeah.
I was working at Kroger and Popeyes.
Oh yeah. Probably serve you some chicken one day. I like Popeyes.
And I was by the time I was in the 11th grade, I was already done with all of my classes, and I was doing college courses.
Oh yeah.
In the 11th and 12th grade. So I would leave from school, go do college courses, leave from there, and go to work.
So did you ever, as a young girl, you said, when you lose a parent, you think about, you ever thought about dancing or,
Well, no, because I always was in a relationship. So it was from, so that goes back to what I was saying. When you get out of that, it's a couple of ways out of that type of situation, and it's usually a man, most of the time in that type of environment. So when I was 16, it was that got my son's father, and then at 19 it was my other son's father. So okay. Then I was married, and then so there go my 20s, and then so yeah. Here
okay, so being married, that was kind of like a comfort for you. That kind of, you was married to somebody who possibly had some money, right? That could take care of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the game, right? Mm-hmm. In the game, the pimp game, the hustle game, we oftentimes hear mothers say, "Hey, when you get out there, make sure you get a man with some money, or make sure you got a man that's a doctor or a lawyer." Did you hear that coming up from your parents? Because it seemed like, when a woman, get in those type of situations with a man and he become the provider, you know what I'm saying? Most of the time that stuff is inculcated or inoculated into their brain, to be, a person, like, not a gold digger, but a person that need to be taken care of.
Yeah. So no, that wasn't something that was installed in me, but it was something that I did see growing up. So it was something that was in my, kind of going on in my environment. So it was like, oh, this girl in the hood dating this person, and then, she's driving a nice car, or she got, so it's just something it's just different, those little different things like that.
I made that argument on one podcast. I said, the problem, a lot of times is that women, especially in the hood, they see the dude with the jewelry and the cars and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And even if he ugly or if he fat or whatever, he become somewhat attractive because he have the trappings of life. Mm-hmm. And then it makes the other guys that's out there that work at McDonald's or work a square job, they be like, hey man, I got to get in the game, man. Hey man, I got to have more girl. She's bad, but I know dude they qualified. Mm-hmm. So you see a lot of dudes who normally won't hustle because they trying to get that girl in the hood. So because they trying to have that sister in the hood, they end up getting out there and they end up, doing criminal activities and stuff like that. So I'm not getting your business, but was the guy you dealing with, was he a hustler or was he just a square dude? He had a regular job or something?
Oh, square.
Square?
Mm-hmm.
Just
a regular guy.
Yeah, you was the eye candy. So you was a beautiful young lady, probably had a nice body or something like that.
Mhm.
He said, "Oh, I want to marry her," right? Something like
Mhm.
that. And you
Mhm.
like, "Oh, let me go on and take this this relationship and let me get some stability." So it was
Well, it
stability
just
for you.
wasn't about that because at that time I'm an adult, a young adult, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm working as well. But stability is very important. Safety is very important, and any woman, no matter what level she is in life, she doesn't think that's true. She's lying. So whatever level any woman is in, stability and safety is important.
Yeah, I always
Period.
tell my daughters, I don't know, about 6 daughters. I said, don't bring no broke nigga home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't finna be
Mhm.
paying your bills. So
Yeah.
I actually concur with that.
Mhm.
I'm down with that. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Yeah, make sure, the dude can take care of yourself. You don't want to marry no chump.
Mhm.
So you married, you got 2 kids now, 2 different fathers, right? Different baby
Mhm.
daddies. And the other guy that you had the baby by, he's actually taking care of your other child and you, right? And his
Mhm.
child.
Yes.
Okay, so what went wrong? I mean, why you got divorced?
Oh, skip that one.
You want to skip that?
Mhm.
Okay, but how long was y'all married?
About 7 years.
About 7 years.
Mhm.
Did you get remarried?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
It's
Did,
still kind of recent.
oh, okay.
Mhm.
It's recent.
Yeah, it's still kind of
Okay,
recent. Mhm.
okay. So he must have been in some type of business because I see you. When I look at your Instagram, I see you're a very industrious, professional woman. And that's segue to what my next question is going to be. I see you carry yourself very professional.
Oh,
I see you
thank you.
traveling all over the world. You got that conservative look. And
Mhm.
so on and so forth. So was you and your guy, your ex, y'all in real estate, or did you come up about that knowledge yourself?
Um, he did level me up. I
Mm-hmm.
give him that. He did level me up. That's why I don't. That's why you say when you ask what happened, I don't want
No, ain't
But
nothing.
yeah, I'm not into the bashing thing or talking bad. He absolutely leveled me up. Helped me with a lot of things actually, as far as my real estate career and money and all of that. So
Okay. So in my ugly
we
money,
we helped each other. We helped
right?
each
Y'all
other.
help each other. Well,
Yeah,
obviously,
we both left.
yeah, you intelligent too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see like it was just a one-way street. It seemed like just seeing how you move and how you conduct yourself. I sure pretty sure you leveled him up as well.
Mm-hmm.
But in my ugly money voice, my question is, why is it so hard for a woman to submit to a man? And do you have a problem with submitting to your husband, as the
Um,
Bible says?
no, I don't have a problem submitting. That's why I was. I think that's why it lasted as long as it did. But my issue now with dating, that I'm not married anymore. Dating is just a little. It's a little. It's interesting. So I don't have an issue with submitting, but the guy has to um be able to lead as well.
Yeah. So when you say lead, what do you mean?
Just be able to lead. But
Make
I know a
moves,
leader.
make
I know
moves,
when I'm around a leader and when I'm
make
not.
moves.
Yeah. So when I'm not around a leader, I don't even give it the time of the day.
Yeah.
So
My perspective on that, is you know,
I
the
only
man.
want a man I can submit to. Let me say
Yeah,
that.
but the Bible also give you went to church, right? The Bible
Hmm.
give a man a criteria too. He said, "Love your wife as Christ loved the church."
Yeah.
So I think that in that submitting and in that leadership, men are actors and women are reactors. So a man is a reflection of his woman.
Hmm.
A woman is a reflection of her man. Excuse me. So when you say leadership, do you mean that to make sure that everything is straight, run a Fortune 500 company or work a job, or do you mean just provide for the kids, make sure that everybody's eating, make sure that the bills is paid? Is that what you're talking about?
All of that.
Because there's a lot of young guys out here want to know that need to be taught.
Yes, all of that, but more so, I feel like a good man who is leading is a man of God, because you have a vision, you have a purpose, you know where your family is going. Because once you're leading all of us, me, the kids, everything. So you have to know where we're going, what we're doing, and you have to have a plan. Like, So the providing and being there physically, emotionally, mentally, all of that comes into play with providing as well. So yes, all of that.
Yeah. Okay, so if somebody tell you in a relationship, say, baby, I don't want you going here, you know, I don't want you going out on Saturdays, I don't want you going out on Fridays, I want you to cook my food, I want you to clean the house, I want you to wash my clothes. Is that another part of submitting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You have no problem with that?
no, that's stuff that should be done. But I mean, yeah, that's stuff that should be done.
Okay. So
even if I don't do it and somebody else does it, like it should be done.
So in most relationships, when you meet somebody, you meet their representative. You know, the person that they say they are, they're not who they really are. They just, you know, going through the motions and putting on this front, right? Then after a while, you get to really know that person. And what you find out in relationships is that you and that person's rhythm does not match. So do you think that in the process of submitting and in the relationship, not in particular with yours, I'm just asking you for some professional woman advice, do you think that sometime in that situation that the woman outgrows the man or the man outgrows the woman?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yes. Because me, I can speak for myself. Like, I'm always having a growth spurt. Like, I'm 30 years old, but I probably act like I'm like 35, 36.
37.
See? But I'm constantly evolving. I'm constantly growing. And I'm constantly searching for my next level. Like, I'm never just like this right here is completely out of my comfort zone. But that's also something that's a part of growth. So I'm always looking for something to grow, evolve.
So in a relationship, right, 7 years marriage, not you in particular, sometimes for a woman, do the sex become uncomfortable? Do you grow out of the sex? Or do you grow out of the relationship? Or is it just because he's too nagging, or he's not industrious, he's not ambitious enough, you know? Because I had a guest on the other day, and I was asking her, you know, I said, do sex matter in a relationship? And she said, absolutely. So what about you? Does sex matter for you in a relationship?
Yes, but at the same time, it's like it starts to not be. When you're doing so much, I'm doing so much, sometimes you got to put it on the schedule, or sometimes nobody has time for it, or sometimes so it's not the priority. The priority is being a teammate and being a player and working together and having a foundation. That's the first thing. Like, I'd rather, if it's a thing where, okay, let's say, like, for example, the sex may not be that good, but our communication and we work good together and we're a great team, I would pick us being a great team any day.
Okay, so I don't know if you know this, but as a man, I'm going to give you my perspective.
Okay.
So most men, right, they love to release, meaning they love to ejaculate. You know, whether it's, you know, sometimes, like, if you're in prison, you're going to jack your penis off because you want to ejaculate. If you have a relationship, you want to have constant sex with your woman because in a man's testicles, every day it produces sperm. So he needs to release that sperm. And I think that God made a man and a woman, you know, counterparts, and made them where they can come together under that perspective to copulate and amalgamate because, you know, man need that. So what happens is when a man is trying to be with his woman and she's depriving him of that, I think that's when you start seeing people go outside the home and start cheating. You know, but I heard you say, well, this schedule it, this arrange it, and so on and so forth.
Well,
now let me finish. I'm gonna give you a chance to respond to it. Okay, now in that respect, now it's
no, I'm being honest though. When you have kids and and he coming in the door, he tired. Don't even I'm not even gonna get into detail.
No, I'm not. I was explaining it to my audience, right? So it's not necessarily you per se.
Okay.
That might not be your experience, but what I'm telling you is that the reason why a lot of men cheat is because men love to release, and women become comfortable. And like I said, when you meet somebody in the initial stages of the relationship, it's generally the representative. Now, a woman could be in the club, she could be drinking Hennessy, she could be twerking and all that, and she grab you by your penis and all this stuff and make it seem like it's all this and that and the other. And then after about a month or two, after the comfortability set in, then she like, oh, I don't feel like it, baby, move. And then he ends up, either reverting back to one of his exes or something like that. And then, now you have a toxic relationship, because you know how y'all is, once you cheat, that's a, especially black women, that's a no-no. So, and I know from personal experience, that if a woman, if she feel that you did something to her, and guys, please believe this, do not tell the truth. If a woman tell you, just tell me the truth, that's the worst thing you can do, because she gonna never forgive you. She ain't gonna never forgive you. And every time you have an argument, she's gonna bring up, yeah, and that shit you did with Shalonda, that shit you did with so-and-so, yeah, that's going to be the...
So never tell the truth. Oh, wow.
Have you ever... No, I ain't going to say that because you're a professional woman.
No, I haven't.
You ain't never cheated on your man?
No.
Okay, well...
Any man who I was with, I was like madly in love with them. I'm a passionate person. I don't need to...
Scorpios are kind of passionate.
I don't pick anybody. Like, if I'm dealing with you, I want to deal with you.
But you understand what I'm saying, that... you're a more professional one, but most women, they'll tell the truth, and they tell you the truth, then they turn to the exorcist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now they want to, it's a drama every day. You know what I'm saying? And you be 10 years in a relationship, and they'll still be talking about that situation. And
yeah, that's a woman thing.
And then once you cheat, most men do cheat, right? Once a man cheat, the problem with that is now she's checking your phone. That's the trust issues is gone, and there goes the neighborhood. So you answered my question. You said you're faithful, but I'm pretty sure you don't want to talk about your relationship. So I'm not going to ask you, have your man cheat on you. I was just throwing that out for the audience.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So now, you know what I'm saying, you married, you're raising your kids, you've been in a relationship 7 years, you decide that, you want to go your separate way, and you become, or you already were, this professional woman. So can you tell us a little bit about, some of the great things you're doing in the professional world?
Well, my first year in real estate, I did $3 million in sales, and then my second year in real estate. Oh yeah, and I also within my first year, I also was I sold 7 homes in Dominican Republic. So, and I actually have a condo there as well. Right now, I'm working on purchasing something in Dubai. So, and now I'm working on getting my license in Dubai. I have a business opportunity there. And within my 7 year of having my real estate license, I had my first $1 million listing. It was listed at $1.7 million. And then I also co-agent on a $3 million listing a couple months ago. So it's been 2 years that I've been licensed, and I did all this in 2 years. And now I'm working on this business opportunity in Dubai, and I have a few investments I'm working on right now. I have 3 investment properties. 1 is already a rental. 2, I'm working on fixing and flipping, and then.
So as a realtor, for my audience out there, is it best to fix and flip, or is it best to get into commercial real estate, or to just get off into buying and selling homes, being a buyer and a seller? What is the most profitable and the most best way to handle that?
Well, it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking to make some, like, not quick, but quick money, then it would be a fix and flip. So that way you can purchase something and then put some money into it, put it back on the market, get your investment back out. Like right now, the property I'm working on, I used hard money to purchase it. And when I put it back on the market, I'm looking at profiting over $80,000 once it's closed. And that's after the house is paid for, after all the construction loan that I have is paid for. Everything is paid for. I'm looking at walking away with about 80,000. So that could be something if you're looking to raise capital. I'm still in my um, I still like to feel like I'm in my building phase because this is not my ultimate goal. I don't want to fix and flip years later. This is something that I'm doing to build capital and then invest in apartment buildings. I'm looking at learning how to do at some point, not right now, but start a hedge fund company, seeing what classes, courses, or kind of education I need to start that to raise capital. Because
So do you deal with venture capital or private equity?
no, but that's what I should do. Okay, so look.
Well, when I say venture capital, like with our organization, the Hip Hop Fraternity, right? There's been several people who offered us money to invest in the company, and it's called growth capital because they see our sustainability, that we sustainable, and of course, as an organization, we're scaling, we're rising, in terms of our value, and generally, when a venture capital see your company, they look at your valuation. If it's $1 million, in capital invested, or you have assets of $1 million, then your valuation is what they call 10x.
Oh wow!
So that means 10 million. So when you hear people like Jay-Z say they're worth 2.5 billion or something like that, that's called 10x. It's probably 10 times, what they actually worth. Like if you Google my name, Pimpin Ken, my net worth is 16 million. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's going to come up as. But that's not the actual net worth of what I'm worth. But based on my assets,
we gotta get you. We're gonna talk.
But based on my assets and based on the things that I've acquired, it gets me that. So when investors come in, that's how they come in. So I was just saying from your perspective as a realtor, I know that the dynamics and the metrics is a little different, as far as how companies make that assessment, and evaluation. But and you say hedge fund, and you say private equity. You say private equity, or you just say hedge fund?
Oh, I said hedge fund.
Okay, so you basically doing it from a different perspective. You just
like raising capital with different investors.
Yeah.
Because I know different people who want to invest, they don't know how to, where to start, and especially more so people that look like me. So I feel like, I also have what kind of got me into real estate was I have an aunt who's in real estate, and she taught me a lot of this stuff. So the knowledge that she's passed down to me is it's a legacy. This is something that I could do to help my children and then as well help others around me, because I don't know many Black women who are just looking to help others, or Black people. Well, I'm not gonna say Black people because we've been doing better, but as far as like a Grant Cardone, do you know a Black Grant Cardone?
Not right now.
You don't know who Grant Cardone is?
Mm-mm.
Oh, he's like a big investor, like a big time real estate investor. He owns buildings, office, and
I know Donald Trump.
Well, that's
I know
okay.
the People's Corporation.
Okay, so I'm trying to be a Black Donald Trump, and I want to help others, and that's the only way to get there.
Okay, so I have a credit agency too. I run, we fix credit, right? My son, Supreme Luxury Credit Organization, right? So, and we had a situation, right? Now this is in reference to what you talk about, real estate. So we helped this guy get a Navy Federal account. He got a Navy Federal account. Eventually, his credit got straight. We taught him what credit was, how to, keep it under 30% ratio. Taught him about all the self loans and how to do the trade lines and so on and so forth. So he got his shit up to an 780. And so he was able to get a loan from Navy Federal. And what he did is what you were talking about. He went and he bought some properties in the hood in Milwaukee. And then what he did, he brought his friends over to us, and we fixed their credit as well. So he was able to sell the houses that he initially purchased to the friends. He bought them at a pretty fair market rate. And then he took those houses and fixed them up, did a fix-up, and he flipped them to the people in the hood. So he not only did he flip the money, but he also made his friends homeowners,
Oh, wow.
And he was able to do that you know, at scale. So he kept just buying the houses, fixing them up, saying, Auntie, come here.
Right.
Holler at my man Ken.
Yeah.
We fix their credit, raise their credit score up. It's a lot more to it. You know, it takes about 2 shows to break down how to fix credit. But anyway, you know, we got all the inquiries and all that stuff off this stuff. You know, we get all the disputes and so on and so forth. You got to do all this. A lot of stuff you got to do. But, you know, he was able to, you know, become a mogul. Now he's buying apartment buildings, you know, because I say that to say that even with the, you know, the hedge fund and the private equity and the venture capital, angel capital, you know, good credit is good too.
Yes.
You know, so getting your credit straight and having a PG, a personal guarantor of, you know, 870 or better. I mean, a 780 or better. You know, can also, you know, bank. Because I don't want this is your interview, but I want to ask you a question. So a lot of times when we in the hood, right, we be like, hey man, front me a kilo of cocaine. Everybody want to get fronted dope. You know what I'm saying? And people actually front them dopes, keys and ounces in pounds, right? Well, the bank do the same thing. They just, the bank loan you money the same way to do it in the hood to give you some work. And then we as black folks in particular, we always argue that we don't never have nothing. But what they don't understand, the credit bureaus, Equifax, TransUnion, or Experian, they don't know what color you are. All they know is they look at the algorithms and they look at the crawlers and stuff like that. So we can actually build our credit, and then once we build our credit, just like you build your credit in the hood, you can go and you can get that loan, and then you can become a fixer and flipper like you, right?
Yeah.
So talk about credit a little bit, and you know, I know you deal with. I know sometimes you have clients that you have to, you know, make sure that you know they approve and stuff like that. What is that process like?
Well, I know people say you don't need credit to buy a house, or you don't need money. Let me show you how to buy a house. Listen, you're gonna need some money, or you're gonna need some credit. You can't not have both, because something's gonna happen to where you're gonna need some cash, and something's gonna happen to where you're gonna need some credit. So, like when I purchased this house, I used hard money, and that was with credit, and then also with my portfolio. So if you have a portfolio from past investments, you're able to get funding without necessarily a high credit score. And another thing that I do as well is I have an LLC. So instead of putting every single thing into with your personal credit, you build up your business credit, and then you purchase everything with your business credit. So I can't really speak on so much on as far as building credit. That's not really.
I say that for another show.
Yeah.
Somebody,
but,
you know, you more on the realtor side, but I want to give you a little game. You know, you should change that LLC to a C corporation or S corporation, because LLC, you know, in most cases, when a lot of black businesses get denied, they don't realize that LLC is limited. It's a limited liability corporation. So when you think about a limited liability corporation, if a guy had looked at you, he looked at your hair, he looked at your lips, you know, your body, everything. He said, I want to be with you. You say, I don't have no problem. You can be with me, but my boobs is off, my vagina, everything is off limit. You can just look at me. Well, that's limited. You know, I don't want to be with you. You're limited. So, well, that's how the bank look at it. You know, the bank look at it like limited. So when you got a C corporation, and if you just started, you could also, they call chef corporation. So a chef corporation is something that you can buy on the market that's already been in existence, but don't have no actual business. You know, it's like but they have a history. It's like you do trade lines, you can do that too. So that's something that you might want to do, and that way you can accelerate your business transactions. You know, like when my company, my main company, it have subsidiaries. You know, HHF Clothing, HHF Films, HHF this, HHF Awards. Those are subsidiaries. And each one of those subsidiaries, based on your PG, your personal guarantor credit, you know, your credit score. You could, with the Dun and Bradstreet, you can add that to that, and you can use that in order to build your credit and use your own personal credit to leverage it towards the business.
Okay, and you're over here dropping gems. All right.
And then all of your sub corporations, you could get different loans because they each have a different IN number. You see what I'm saying? So that way, you know, instead of getting $1 million one loan, you got 10 business, you get 10 million. You ever heard of Howard Schultz? from the dude that owns Starbucks? Starbucks, you know Starbucks. Well, you heard of Starbucks, right?
Yes, yes.
Well, the guy that owns Starbucks, Mr. Schwartz, what he did, he took loans off. He had like thousands of Starbucks. He took loans off of each one of them and was able to raise billions of dollars. See, this is
wow.
Latin. See, they don't teach y'all this in Harvard. They don't teach y'all this in Yale, Princeton. This is Latin. You know, in business, it's just like the lawyer. Like you go to a lawyer, if you say, "I'm here to represent myself," the judge gonna say, "You got a fool for a lawyer, or you got a fool for a client," because they don't say that in court. They say, "I'm here to represent myself. So I'm here to represent myself pro se." So that's language. And then like banks, they got different computers and different metrics that they can look at. And they can tell, like, if your history ain't there, you get denied. A lot of times people will be like, "Man, how I get denied? I got an 800 credit score." No, it's certain things that you got to have in place. There's certain paperwork that you got to have. And it's certain terminologies. That's why I said you never go into a bank saying that I'm an LLC. I mean, some people may get the loan because their credit may just be that good. But when you're talking about, on another level, we're talking about one level. Everybody can get a car, everybody can get a house, but we're talking about business credit. It's a whole nother level. You got to speak Latin. You got to speak their language. And people always say, "Ken, how do you get all these deals for all these people, book deals for pussy, all that?" I learned how to speak their language. So I would just tell you that that's my son. Yeah, just think about it: a C corporation or S corporation.
No, that's good information. So which one would you recommend, C or S?
Well, if you do an S corporation, they're gonna charge you taxes twice. You do a C corporation, you only get taxed once.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying? I mean, depending on your taxation, depending on your account, how you want to navigate. 'Cause I have several businesses. People don't think it because they look at the name Pimpin. They get stuck on that, but they don't know I'm one of the sharpest ones out here with this game. You know what I mean? Like really, like I said, a lot of deals that people see, I'm connected to it, but so I don't.
I see that. I can see that.
I really shouldn't be talking about this stuff. These people they ain't gonna do nothing but go and copy. Then they're gonna say they did it.
Then they're gonna write it down and sell a course.
Yeah, they're gonna sell a course, but they can have a course. Hey, this real game, real people. So you said you looking to do more property and you're looking to flip more property. So what is your end game? I mean, what is your goal? You know what I'm saying? You say you want to be the black female Donald Trump. So what is your but you don't want to go to jail, right?
No, I don't want to go to jail. They can't have that. I'm not.
I don't want that part
of Donald Trump. I can't do the jail part.
All the cases, huh?
Yeah. So, but my end goal is pretty much just to continue to build generational wealth. Leave my children, a legacy here, and build a legacy before I leave. And every day I just get up, try to live my best life. Like I'm excited about life. Like I wake up, and not every day now, we ain't gonna be dramatic, but most days I get up and I'm like, I'm ready, I'm hungry, I want something more, and that's what keeps me going. So my end goal is pretty much just to leave a legacy here, build more wealth for my children, myself, and create a life of freedom for me at some point in my life. And to own real estate all around the world, worldwide. Dubai, Dominican Republic, Africa. I got plans to just go everywhere and just purchase something everywhere. Like because I love to travel. So if I'm traveling, I want to own somewhere. Like I got a vacation spot here. I can put it on Airbnb, do this. It's just about freedom.
So, I got to ask you about your kids, right? So do you plan on co-parenting with your
Oh, we co-parent now very well.
Oh yeah.
I'm cool.
Well,
I don't like drama.
I tell the sisters, right, that it's important that they hook up what they do. Whether in a relationship or not, because the children that we see today that's doing all this drill killing and stuff like that, they're being raised by mothers with no fathers. And I often tell mothers that the reason why the lion is the king of the jungle is not because of his claws or his teeth, it's because of his roar. It scared the mess out of giraffes. They just go to running crazy when they hear a lion roar. Anybody that hear anything, alligators, all of them is fearful. What makes a man the king of the household is not his strength, it's not his intelligence, but it's his Adam's apple. When a man tell a child to sit down, he sit down instantly. sometimes the mother had to tell them over and over again or beat them profusely. So, you know, I'm glad to see you, one of the sisters that understand that dynamic of the two-parent, you know, collaboration over competition.
Yeah.
And another thing I want to tell you, you know, being that you're out of your relationship and you're no longer with your kid's father or your husband, you know, whenever you around your kids, your boys, do never say nothing derogatory about their father. Whether if you do it, you want to go outside, because what that develops a disdain for the father. And a lot of times these women, you know, they be so upset with these guys because they didn't pay child support on time, they didn't make a payment. You know, you just on the phone and you spazzing, but the child is listening. So, you know, the child think that the father ain't no good, and to cope with that with the fact that he's not with the child, it makes the child feel like, you know, the father abandoned him. Like a lot of people always say, because he went there, you know, and a lot of times, you know, women try to make it about her and the broad that he's with, or, you know, some situation. And I'm just telling you and the women out there, don't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
I don't do that.
Nah,
Yeah.
I'm just saying don't never argue or say anything derogatory to your kids about your kids' father.
A lot of my support comes from my children's father.
Okay, that's good.
That's how I'm able to maneuver, like, you know, Dominican Republic, sit here and have an interview with you, work, like, they both, like, literally, like, 10 minutes from my house, and we're just all kind of,
well, I commend you for that, sister. I just want to, you know, we got a lot
I commend them. I don't have nothing bad to say about them. Like,
yeah, we got a lot of kids out here that's killing, and, you know, I don't know if the sisters know, but it's a white woman just got charged with 4 murders that her son did, who was 15 years old. So that set precedent. So now what's going to happen is a lot of kids in the hood, their mother probably drugged out or whatever, or probably just, you know, just grow up in the hood stuff. So that being said, in most cases, you know, they're going to be the ones that bear the burden of their children out here doing all this killing, you know. So they found a way to charge these mothers now for the action of the child. So be careful, and ladies, if you have a baby daddy, reach out to him. And let me tell y'all, sisters, it's not adult support, it's child support. You know, to get you, because he don't, man messing me up, man. I can't get my Zaza, man. You know, I can't get my Hennessy. You know, this dude tripping. You know what I'm saying? Man, hit me up. Yo, shorty, hit me up. No, that ain't what it's for. It's for you to buy those kids some clothes or something, some books or something like that. You know, so please, you know what I'm saying? Do not, you know, be. Hey, look here, sister, it's been a pleasure and an honor. We truly got some game, and you're a very intelligent sister, man, and you're very good eye candy for all the guys out there. I know y'all want to hit her up. You know, she also do consultation. Just let them know where you at, and if you're going to give them your Cash App, you know, if they want to make a donation, I generally give my, and they can hit you up, or they can just hit you directly on your DM. Tell them where to find you.
So I just want to say this. My life is a testimony, and wherever you are right now in your life, just keep going, keep pushing. You don't never know what you could do, who you could become. You see Pimpin Ken, how he's turned his life around. You see, I told you guys my story. You can reach out to me on Instagram at Sandrella, SANDRELLA_realtor. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Sandella.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know, hey man, my distinguished guest, she's been here, and like I said, you've been watching a view from the game. Now, I want to just tell y'all, man, listen, man, if y'all like what y'all hear, you can hit me up at, you know, Cash App. You know, my Cash App is 404-790-9627. 404-790-9627. Just, you know, put down there what the purpose is so we can pay our tax. Chat. And this is how we keep these shows going. This is how we pay our editors. This is how we pay our producers and film videographers. Thank you. And every month, the Ice Bar, 5456 Fayetteville Road. And you also can get my book, The Art of Human Chess, or you can get my book, Pimpology, the $40 Game, at audible.com. If you're old school like me, then you can go to amazon.com and get it. Thank you. Thank you, sister, for coming.
Thank you.
All right. Here we go on the Beehive show.
Yeah.
So I'm going to sign first. And that's the jacket. He's officially signed to HHF.
Okay then.
We just need your John Hancock, young man.
Come on with it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, live on the Beehive show. You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, hey man, welcome to the team, man. So
HHF.
Mike, when it comes to the streaming side of stuff and going viral, man, I mean, break that down to me. How does one go from the ground all the way up?
Yeah, man, I can't really explain that. I gotta get out on the guide or something.
I'm with you.
Honestly, because when I do stuff like that, I be like, how do I do it again? I don't know. I ain't do it. And like I said, it be the women that they love me so much. So when we made this Bounce When She Walks song months ago, bro.
Yeah.
And they took it all over TikTok doing the challenge, all in other countries, Africa, China, billion streams. I don't know how, bro.
Yeah.
I was at the house in my drawers recording that. I didn't put up nothing. Like I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
Like people just love it. Like some people say I put voodoo in that music.
most of y'all don't know him once he introduced himself. He got over a billion streams. I'm never gonna introduce himself. What up, bro?
I go by the name of Mike Fresh. You ain't never heard me. You may have heard me on that song, Throw That Ass in a Circle. Hey! And if you ain't heard that, you may have heard me on that song, 8 Bounce When She Walks. Hey! Y'all know Mike G?
Oh yeah, we did some business Mike did.
Yeah, so y'all know he be doing some of Boosie shows and stuff.
Yeah.
So he brought a Boosie show to Oklahoma, and he had me open up. So he was bringing me to the back room, like man, he just gave me the back end. He like, man, I'm finna, you got some wings back here, man, come chill. So he bring me to the back room, me and my partners go, we come bombard in the room.
Yeah.
Boosie and all his partners in the room. The way we walked in was all wrong, like.
Yeah, like, oh, he gets these wings. It's funny.
And they were looking at us like, man, who these dudes? What's going on? They like, well, y'all must want a picture or something. That's what somebody said. I said, you know what I sure do? I posed and I got on the pocket was. So I told Jesus, like, bro, you tripping. Don't never, ever do that, ever. I done rolled the Quavo BG in the Dodge Magnum before. Shit, BG was at the crib in the living room before. Shit, I was at the Bling Bling video shoot, the Baller Block and movie set. We was at the mall one time. They had like 100 girls on the tour bus. I was lit. I had to go on there to go pee. And I just went on there and stayed on there. I was sitting on there talking to the girls and stuff. Like an hour later, my mama and BG and them come get me off the bus.
Mr. Pa, the man himself, Mike Fresh, performing live HHF Networking Mondays at Ice Bar, 5456 5A Road, Atlanta, Georgia. It's free to get in, free to perform, free to park. HHF.
I get my style from a lot of niggas from like just growing up, seeing a lot of niggas and like, damn, you just fly them on with suited and booted and shit. As I grew older, I'm like, man, I gotta make sure my shit together, you know what I'm saying? Make sure I'm popping, you know what I mean? We was driving to Chicago, it was me and my pops. Well, first, he picked me up, we slide. He like, man, we finna go to Chicago. Don't tell your brother. Don't tell nobody. I'm like, what the pops got going on? What's up his sleeve? So we go to Chicago. We in the, I think we was in the S500. And we get there. It's a white, blonde, white lady. And she split out the car. She pull up, we pull up. She give us the keys to a Mercedes, a black Mercedes. And we switch out the car and get back on the road. I'm like, okay, it's some crazy going on, Pop.
I got a new project coming out. I'm still pushing brick by brick. It's going crazy right now.
Love you lied to me. Said you'd always be around. Love you died in me. Left my chest vacant, no style. You ripped out my heart. You tear me apart. Your sticks and your stones are breaking my bones. But it's sickening to say you won't leave me alone.